Good afternoon. Almost good evening. Good evening, guys. Once again, a very, very warm good evening. Can anyone here tell me if my audio and my video is crystal clear? If there is any issue in my audio and my video, can anyone quickly reaffirm this to me? Irfan, good evening. Good evening. Can anyone just tell me if my audio and my video is all right? Is my audio and video absolutely all right? Okay, guys, thank you for the clarification, and I hope you were able to see the annotations. A very, very warm good evening to all of you. I hope you're all in the best of your health. You're all healthy, happy, and of course, very, very blessed. I hope you've been having a great day. And yes, let's make this 1 hour very, very important. Let's understand about 5 passages, short passages हैं आज हम philosophical passages भी करेंगे. We'll understand what needs to be kept in mind when these passages come in your paper. है ना, आपको कैसे keywords को mark करना है, कैसे आपको समझना है कि क्या और अपना ज्यादा दिमाग कैसे नहीं लगाना है. Because when you do general studies paper 1, it's very, very natural कि आपको second paper में लगता है कि सारी information हम उसमें भी use कर लें. But second paper में जो पूछा है, be very, very specific to that. Do not assume. Do not come out with a lot of facts. ठीक है, अगर आप लोग अपनी जनरल स्टडीज पेपर 1 की नॉलेज जनरल स्टडीज पेपर 2 की नॉलेज में डालोगे तो डेफिनेटली आपके कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में आपके एरर्स आ सकते हैं. ठीक है, आई एम डूइंग absolutely fine, Irfan. A very, very good day. I've had a brilliant day. I hope you all are also doing very, very good. And yes, let's go forward. Just quickly telling you guys about the freedom combo offer that is available on Unacademy subscription, right? You're going to get flat 27,500 off on 1 year subscription, flat 40,000 off on 2 year subscription, and flat 52,000 off on 3 year subscription. So you can use the code PRAT live and avail the benefits. Little bit disturbed in the little bit disturbed, enraged, and sad due to happenings in Afghanistan. Indeed, Vandana, every development, every video is like a itch in the heart. It really, really is very, very saddening, and it is really, really heartwarming. And in that context, guys, I will very, very soon, tonight or tomorrow morning, do an entire explainer on Afghanistan crisis, so that you know what exactly is happening there and how is it, how is the entire Afghanistan reeling under stress. Yes, we will discuss this in detail. Sarul, good evening. I hope you've all been doing great. Okay, on that note, just one more announcement before we go ahead. Guys, ये जो 60 days, as we know, guys, very less days are left for prelims. So if you want a crash course on the same, you can go ahead with a crash course. Yes, these are the 45-day crash course. There's an English crash course and there's a bilingual crash course. So whichever you think is best suited for you, you can enroll for that. There's practice and analysis batch. Previous year questions की coverage होगी. एक साल के current affairs का roundup होगा. You will get access to all the other crash courses, and you will get access to practice session in all just one particular batch. Yes, so please do enroll for it and avail the benefits. आपको code use करना है PRAT live. Yes, Aryan is feeling very, very bad. मैम अफगानिस्तान के बारे में, but yes, we will discuss about Afghanistan in an entire explainer CD that explainer session that I'm going to bring for all of you, where we're going to understand each and every detail of Afghanistan and how it is, what is the larger scheme of things that are going to be happening and how it will impact India in the short run and the long run. Okay, yes, sir. And of course, I'll also explain the US intervention in Afghanistan and how this entire, crisis started off. Okay, let's start. Yes, guys, it's a hard time for Afghanistan. Let's just bless all our all of Afghanistan to ensure that Afghanistan attains the peace it deserves. Yes, okay, guys, I've already told you about the syllabus. We are doing doing comprehension. हर साल 25 to 30 questions comprehension के आते हैं. I've already told you these things to remember, but still just once again reiterating, do not assume. कोई भी preconceived notion आपके दिमाग में नहीं आनी चाहिए before you reading the passage. और एक open mind के साथ passage को read करना है ना. And question जो पूछ रहा है exactly वही answer करना है. ठीक है, टाइम को मैनेज करना है क्योंकि यू कैन स्पेंड लॉट ऑफ टाइम ऑन पैसेजेस, है ना. एंड द बेस्ट वे टू फाइन ट्यून योर preparation for passages is keep reading the passages again and again. Okay, why is UN not doing anything? UN is going to do is going to deploy or peacekeeping force very very soon, but of course yes, I agree that United Nations should have at least done something by now. But let's see, with the due course of time, what what is going to be happening in Afghanistan. Okay, guys, let's just keep Afghanistan. Let's just park Afghanistan, away for now, because right now we're focusing on CSAT passages. These passages are very very tricky. You can get confused. You will not be able to. मतलब आपको दो ऑप्शन में आप बहुत ज़्यादा confused हो सकते हो. That's very very likely. That is why I'm here. I want you all to understand how to do passages. Good evening, Amit. Oh, very warm good evening. Very, very warm good evening. I hope you've been having a lovely, lovely day. Yes. Okay. And guys, also important, very, very mark important keywords. I'll tell you how we're going to be doing that. All the very best, guys. I'm starting. Let me know if you have any doubt. The first passage on your screen goes right here. I just want to see if the if my photo is if my video is not overlapping the passage. Okay, I think it is. Just a second, guys. Just a second, guys. Okay, getting back. Okay, getting back. Yes, sir. First passage, let the first passage come on my screen as well, then we can start. I should have done this before, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I think it's still overlapping. Just a second, guys. Yeah. And now it won't overlap, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay. I hope it's not overlapping now. अफगानिस्तान में क्या होगा हम पूरा A to Z डिस्कस करेंगे. अभी भी ओवरलैप कर रहा है. माय गॉड, जस्ट अ सेकंड गाइस. आई थिंक आई जस्ट okay, now it won't overlap for sure. Okay, yes. Chalo guys, let's start. The first passage, yes, now I think it won't overlap. Nivedita, good evening. Good evening. I think now it will not overlap at all. Yes. Okay, so the first passage on your screen goes right here. Many pathogens that include foodborne illnesses are unknown. Food contamination can occur at any stage from farm to plate. Since most cases of food poisoning, let's just mark your keywords. Yeah, many. Okay, so again, I'm going. I hope everyone's here with me. You all have to answer. Okay, before reading the passage, one more thing. यहाँ पूछ रहा है, what is the most logical corollary in the above passages? जो भी यहाँ maths के experts हैं, they know what corollary means. It basically means जो already proved है, उससे जो follow कर रहा है, उस context में आपको बताना है क्या सबसे logical है. ठीक है? So the passage goes, many pathogens that cause foodborne illnesses are unknown. Food contamination can occur at any stage from farm to plate. Since most cases of food poisoning go underreported, the true extent of global foodborne illnesses are unknown. Improvements in international monitoring have led to greater public awareness. Yet the rapid globalization of food production increases consumers' vulnerability by making food harder to regulate and trace. We have the world on our plates, says an official of the World Health Organization. Okay, so basically we can hear, since this is a short passage, we can quickly just, mark the keywords. I think rapid globalization is a keyword here. Foodborne illnesses is a keyword here. Yes, sir. Okay, I think yes, that's about it. That's about it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and understand the passage. Yes, question. Which of the following is the most logical corollary to this above passage? A, with more options for food comes more risk. B, food processing is the source of all foodborne illnesses. Third, we should depend on locally produced food only. And D, your globalization of food production should be curtailed should be curtailed. Select the correct answer, guys. I want the answers from your end. Tell me the answers from your end. Just think about it, just a second. Yes, guys, tell me the passage. Tell me the answer for this. Okay. Okay. Ankit has gone with D. What about others? What about others? D. Okay, Vandana has gone with D. What about others, guys? What about others? Okay, Nivedita is also saying D. I think Irfan is saying D. All of you are going with D. Is anyone else here to left with answering? Okay, D. Okay, D. Guys, sorry to say, but you all are wrong. You all are wrong. That is the problem. UPSC also gives these types of passages. गाइस इसीलिए मैंने बोला था क्वेश्चन को पहले पढ़ लिया करो पैसेज से अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग इसमें लॉजिकल कोरोलरी बोल पूछ रहा है कोरोलरी का मतलब मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था यस वंदना द करेक्ट आंसर इज ए आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू व्हाई जस्ट लिसन टू मी कोरोलरी बेसिकली मींस समथिंग दैट इज ऑलरेडी प्रूवन उसके जो फॉलो करता है लाइक दैट सो आई विल टेल यू डोंट वरी नाउ this passage is, as we know, it's talking about foodborne illnesses. It is talking about the fact that the food that we consume, right, is a lot of food poisoning goes unreported, right? Okay, let's just focus on the question. Okay, now the question is saying कि सबसे ज़्यादा क्या follow करता है? सबसे ज़्यादा क्या follow करता है? With more options for food comes more risk. ठीक है अब आप लोगों ने सबने यू ऑल हैव गॉन अहेड विद डी ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑफ फूड प्रोडक्शन शुड बी कर्टेल्ड कहीं लिखा है ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑफ फूड प्रोडक्शन शुड बी कर्टेल्ड यू आर अज्यूमिंग is this question asking what is the most logical assumption if this question would have asked what is the most logical assumption then you could have gone with D right but right now this question is not asking about any sort of preconceived assumption this question is asking about what will follow right so basically what is the crux of this passage what is the idea is that agar zyada food options honge to uske sath zyada risk aayenge Yes, thought so, ma'am, but got confused. It's okay, Vandana, it's okay. This is how UPSC also comes up with passages that are very, very confusing. A and D, you keep juggling in your head, and in the end, you mark the wrong answer. That is why I'm here. I want you all to understand this passage very, very well. Understand how to answer this passage. Okay, ma'am, आज fighters planes की training चल रही है. जब आते हैं Okay, so Amit, any this thing on Afghanistan? Let's keep it, park it aside for a while. I know it's the most important issue right now, and you all want to talk about it at length. That is why I'm planning an entire explainer on Afghanistan. But right now, just focus on the passage, guys. Our distraction levels cannot go here and there. Okay, chalo, getting back to the passage. Now, guys, we know कि B तो बिल्कुल गलत है. Food processing is the source of all foodborne illnesses. कहीं नहीं लिखा है. We should depend on locally produced food only. ये भी कहीं नहीं लिखा है ना? So now, है ना? देखो, it's the true extent of global foodborne illnesses as unknown लिखा है. है ना. ये नहीं लिखा है फूड प्रोसेसिंग इज द सोर्स ऑफ ऑल फूड बोर्न. ये बी और सी तो आराम से वी आर एलिमिनेटिंग. वी आर लेफ्ट विद ए एंड डी. नाउ यू गाइज हैव गॉट डी बिकॉज यू फेल्ट लाइक ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑफ फूड प्रोडक्शन should be curtailed so that there is better regulation, there's better tracking. But this is an assumption, na baba. This is an assumption that that this passage is trying to say that globalization of food production shall be curtailed. It is not the logical corollary. Right, the logical corollary here is that अगर ज्यादा ऑप्शंस होंगे खाने में तो तभी तो ज्यादा रिस्क आएंगे. अगर ऑप्शंस ही कम होंगे, है ना. तो ये देखो क्या लिखा है, वी हैव द वर्ल्ड ऑन आवर प्लेट्स, तो मोर द ऑप्शंस. अब आप लोग इमेजिन करो ना, ज्यादा ऑप्शन हुए तो ज्यादा रिस्क आएंगे ना उसके साथ, है ना. तो ये पैसेज यही तो बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि अभी आधा टाइम तो अभी भी मतलब फूड प्रोसेसिंग गोज अंडर रिपोर्टेड, है ना. तो that way you do not need to tell the assumption, you need to tell the corollary. Corollary आपको पहली बात वर्ड पता समझना चाहिए, आपको समझना चाहिए what is trying to explain. कोई नहीं guys, आगे जाके आपको और deeper understanding आएगी इसकी. It's okay, this was the first short passage that you attempted with me. That's okay. I'm sure you must have gotten a hang of it. Yes. Chalo, let's go ahead with the second passage. Are you all ready for the second passage? Are you all ready for the second passage? Yes, I am now going ahead with the second passage that is on your screen right here. Yes, ध्यान से सुनना. Again, before going ahead and reading the passage, I am taking you guys to the question. Now, the question is asking which of the following is the most logical and rational inference that can be made from the above passage. Guys, inference का क्या मतलब होता है? Can anyone quickly tell me? Inference का क्या मतलब होता है? आप लोग बचपन में केमिस्ट्री सबने पढ़ी होगी. इन्फ्लुएंस हम बोलते थे ना, इसका इस पर्टिकुलर रिएक्शन का इन्फ्लुएंस ये है ना. तो अब मैं आप लोगों से जानना चाहती हूँ कि इन्फ्लुएंस का आप लोगों के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, आप लोगों के दिमाग में क्या मतलब है, ताकि आप लोगों को एटलीस्ट ये वर्ड्स पता हो, ताकि आप इनमें कंफ्यूज ना हो, आप अजम्पशन वाले क्वेश्चन में आप इन्फ्लुएंस मार्क करके आओ. इसलिए this is all about your logical understanding. First, tell me anuman. Okay, anyone else wants to give it a try as to what your inference means? Swapnil is going with A. Okay, let me just spell out the options. A, prosperity of agriculture sector is of critical importance to India. B, Indian economy greatly depends on its agriculture. Third, India should take strict measures to control its rapid population growth. And D, India's farming communities should switch over to other occupations to improve their economic conditions there. Yes, anuman lagana, reaction. Yes. So basically, yes. What is the most logical and rational reaction, or something that is coming out of something? Conclusion, right? A reaction. Okay? Right? Now, we will go ahead with the passage. I read this once because I thought कि एक बार आप लोग को basic idea लग जाएगा, है ना. चलो, now going ahead with passage. ध्यान से सुनना, एक एक word जो मैं mark कर रही हूँ, keywords mark कर रही हूँ, ध्यान से सुनना. Global population was around 1.6 billion in 1990. Today, it is around 2.7 billion and growing. Recent estimates on population growth predict a global population of 9.6 billion in 2050 and 10.9 billion in 2100. Yes, unlike Europe and North America, there are only 2 to 4% of population that is engaged in agriculture. Around 47% of India's population is dependent upon agriculture. Even if India continues to do well in the service sector and the manufacturing sector picks up, it is expected that around 2030, when India overtakes China as the world's most populous country, nearly 42% of India's population will still be predominantly dependent on agriculture. ठीक है, अब क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है? इन्फ्रेंस पूछ रहा है. ठीक है, right? Now this passage के context में आपकी most logical inference और rational inference बतानी है. ठीक है? Okay. Now the question, I'll just go ahead with it once again. What is the most logical and rational inference? A prosperity of agriculture sector is of critical importance to India. B. Indian economy greatly depends on its agriculture. Third, India should take strict measures to control its rapid population growth. And D. India's farming communities should switch over to other occupations to improve their economic conditions. Guys, think about it. I'm giving you guys time. Passage को एक बार और go through कर लो. जितना time लेना चाहते हो लो. Take your time, but come up with the correct answer. They are very, very similar answers. They are very, very similar options. So please be careful. I'm showing you guys the passage once again. Okay, Ravi has gone ahead with D, that India's farming community should switch over to other occupations to improve their economic conditions. Okay, anyone else? I'm confused between A and D. Okay, Swapnil, final answer? एक आंसर तो देना है ना. दो 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 बबल्स तो नहीं भर सकते. बबल तो एक ही भरना है. Guys, logical and rational inference, reaction, conclusion. Guys, ये words को pick करके अपने answer. Okay, so fine. Swapnil has gone with A. Prosperity of agriculture sector is of critical importance to India. Okay, anyone else, guys? Okay, Swapnil has gone with A. Niyaz has gone with A. Aryan has gone with A. Irfan has gone with A. Okay, guys, I'm telling you the correct answer. D is the correct answer, guys. D is the correct answer. Whoever was thinking A and D, you guys, again, it's the same problem. We are not able to understand what exactly is the question asking. No, it's not A, it's D. It's D. Vandana, did you listen to my answer and then said D, or did you actually say? Amit, you don't need to retract your answers, guys. We are learning, guys. अगर अभी आप लोग गलतियां नहीं करोगे तो पेपर में जान के गलतियां करोगे, guys. Trust me. मैंने अभी थोड़े दिन पहले I was just doing some practice passages for all of you so that I could plan passages. I also, for the first instance, got it wrong. So it's normal to get questions wrong, but the more you understand, the more you practice, the more you get a hang of these passages, you will get it right. So don't worry, don't panic. I understand these are confusing passages, है ना? A, B, D तीनों ही ऐसे लग रहा है कि सही हो सकते हैं, है ना? I understand. Initially, when I also read it, I was like, it could be A. But now again, this question is asking which of the following is the most logical and rational inference. Reaction पूछ रहा है, right? So India's farming communities should switch over to other occupations to improve their economic conditions. That is what the main conclusion says. Because ये देखो, यहाँ पढ़ो. Now this passage is saying, even if India continues to do well in the service sector and the manufacturing sector picks up, it is expected that around 2030, when India overtakes China as the world's most populous country, nearly 42% of India's population will still be predominantly डिपेंडेंट ऑन एग्रीकल्चर. इसका क्या मतलब है कि भाई इतनी डिपेंडेंस है एग्रीकल्चर पे, इतनी इंडिपेंडेंस है एग्रीकल्चर पे, है ना? यस, प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन स्लैश women slash any gender perfect. Yes, okay, so guys, that's what I'm trying to say. That देखो, ये तीन लाइनों में आपको अपना आंसर मिलता है ना, क्योंकि ये बोल ही रहा है कि भाई अगर पूरा टाइम इंडिया एग्रीकल्चर पे डिपेंडेंट रहा तो इट विल एक्चुअली it is expected that around 2030 when India overtakes China, it will still be predominantly dependent on agriculture if India does not switch into other sectors like manufacturing and service sector properly. Yes, that is what the conclusion here is. A prosperity of agriculture sector is of critical importance to India. See, first instance में मुझे भी ये लगता था, है ना, कि ये agriculture तो of course it's trying to say that, but अगेन ये पॉइंट, ये 3 लाइनों में आपको अपना आंसर मिलना था। दैट मतलब ये बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि अगर इंडिया एक्चुअली विल सरपास चाइना इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, तब भी एग्रीकल्चर ही प्रीडोमिनेंट रहेगा। तो इसमें ये तो कहीं नहीं लिखा है कि इट इज ऑफ क्रिटिकल इंपॉर्टेंस। इट इज ऑफ क्रिटिकल इंपॉर्टेंस तो नहीं लिखा है कहीं भी। इंडियन इकोनॉमी ग्रेटली डिपेंड्स ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, यस दैट्स वन पॉइंट यू कुड हैव पार्क्ड असाइड, बट दैट इज नॉट द इंफ्लुएंस। That is not कहाँ लिखा है कि India is greatly dependent, or it is, yes यहाँ लिखा है about 47% of the Indian population is dependent upon agriculture. Yes, I agree. But Indian economy greatly depends on agriculture is not the crux of the passage anyway. The crux is population, global population, right? The crux is not agriculture. The crux is not agriculture. Yeah, guys, it's okay. Nothing like that. I understood. It's okay. No worries. मैम सीसैट को क्वालिफाई करने के लिए कितनी मेहनत चाहिए? इरफान, सीसैट को क्वालिफाई करने के लिए आपको देखो डिपेंड करता है। इफ यू आर गुड एट मैथ्स देन यू कैन इजीली सेल थ्रू दोस 20-25 क्वेश्चंस दैट आर कमिंग फ्रॉम मैथ्स। बट इफ यू आर नॉट गुड एट मैथ्स एंड इफ यू रियली हैव लेफ्ट मैथ्स आफ्टर 10th, then you really need to work. And if you don't have like a technical background where you've been practicing maths, then you will have to do extra mehnat. You will have to work on your passages. You will have to do LR, logical reasoning properly, so that you are able to at least get 67 out of 200. That is the qualifying marks. ठीक है, तो डोंट एम फॉर 200। सारे आंसर्स नहीं करने हैं, जो आपको इजी लगते हैं वही करने हैं, बट ट्राई एंड डू एटलीस्ट अ सेफ नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड वंस यू कीप डूइंग क्वेश्चंस। ओके, नाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड कैसे आपको ये वाला पैसेज करना है? गाइस, ऐसे पैसेजेस यूपीएससी में एटलीस्ट 7 to 10 पैसेजेस ऐसे ही आते हैं, एंड so many of my students get this wrong. So many of you get this wrong. अभी देख लो, सबका गलत है। यही जो कंफ्यूजन है, मैंने क्लैरिफाई करने के लिए ये पैसेजेस चूज किए हैं। मैं इसीलिए कहती हूँ ये लाइन में आपका आंसर छुपा है, ये लाइन में, ठीक है, ये वर्ड में आपका आंसर छुपा है, ठीक है। तो मैम मैथ्स ज्यादा अच्छे से नहीं आता है, बट ओके है, हाँ ठीक है, ओके है, तो उसको ब्रश अप कर लेना, हो जाएगा। प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, एलसीएम एंड एचसीएफ, बेसिक मैथ्स। देखो गाइस, कुछ छोड़ के मत जाओ, क्या पता यूपीएससी इस बार और भी मैथ्स क्वेश्चन दे दे। यू नेवर नो, राइट? सो प्लीज जस्ट लेट्स फोकस। या okay, so only Vandana is correct, ma'am. Yes, Vandana and one more person was confused, but then he went ahead with A. So guys, now did you understand? पहले इंस्टेंस में आपको लगेगा कि A है, but actually it's C. तो आपको इसको आपको ध्यान रखने के लिए आपको क्या करना है कि आप पैसेज को एक बार वापस जाओ, और जो आप ए और डी अपने दिमाग में जो ये आपकी जुगलबंदी चल रही है उसको रोको और उसको थाम के पूछो कि भाई अच्छा इंफ्लुएंस पूछ रहा है, इन्फ्लुएंस क्रिटिकल इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है। देखो, अब आंसर की बात तो लगता है कि इतना इजी था, हमें कैसे पता नहीं था, है ना? बट वंस यू गाइस गेट अ हैंग ऑफ इट, इतनी प्रैक्टिस कर लोगे कि यू नो, हाँ ठीक है, आई नो दिस, हाँ यही है, ठीक है, गॉट इट, नेक्स्ट, है ना? यस निवेदिता, यस, 30 पैसेजेस। पता है यही होता है, बड़े पैसेजेस में ना आंसर निकालना आसान होता है, बट आजकल यूपीएससी जैसे लास्ट ईयर बड़े छोटे पैसेज पूछे, 2019 में बड़े ज्यादा बड़े पैसेजेस पूछे। तो इट्स वेरी यू नेवर नो व्हाट यूपीएससी इज ट्राइंग टू आस्क एंड व्हाट इट विल। कोई ट्रेंड, कोई पैटर्न हम इवॉल्व करने की कोशिश कर भी नहीं सकते हैं, वी ऑल नो इट। This passage is in which book? This is a PYQ. This is a previous year question. ठीक है, this passage is come before. Chalo guys, let's go ahead with the next question, next passage now. Please be careful. The next passage. अच्छा, before going ahead with the next passage, just a quick announcement, guys. UPSC CSC Assure अगर आप लोग लेते हो, Unacademy Assure लेते हो आप लोग, तो आपको 2 साल की सब्सक्रिप्शन के साथ ही साथ में 1 साल की सब्सक्रिप्शन बिल्कुल फ्री मिलेगी, है ना? और ये आपका जो पूरा जो आपकी जर्नी है ये आपको फाइन ट्यून कर देगी, एंड आपको पता है कि दिस इज अ लॉन्ग बैटल, दिस इज अ लॉन्ग जर्नी। तो आप अगर अपनी लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग के लिए देख रहे हो, तो दिस इज अ वेरी नाइस प्लान फॉर यू टू टेक द 2-year सब्सक्रिप्शन एंड गेट 1 year एब्सोल्युटली फ्री, ठीक है? ओके मैम, यहाँ स्लाइड पे अच्छा मैम, स्लाइड पर नहीं पता चल रहा है। आई गेट मोर देन 100 मार्क्स इन सीसैट। अरे यू गेट मोर देन 100 मार्क्स इन सीसैट इन ऑल योर कॉम्प्रिहेंशन इज राइट। कॉम्प्रिहेंशन सारी सही होती है, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन ट्रिकी होती है। आर्यन, आप देखो आपके कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में आपने गलत की होंगी, क्योंकि कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में आप ट्रिक हो जाते हो, क्योंकि आपको लगता है हाँ यही होगा, एंड देन इट टर्न्स आउट टू बी समथिंग एल्स। है ना। तो आर्यन, डोंट गेट डिमोटिवेटेड, बट हाँ थोड़ा सा और पैसेज को ध्यान से पढ़ो, यहाँ भी हो जाएगा, है ना। हाँ प्रैक्टिस करेंगे अब हम डबल, है ना। आज जैसे मैंने 5 पैसेजेस करे। और ऑल्सो वन मोर क्विक अनाउंसमेंट गाइस, आपको 30,000 की जो वर्थ टेस्ट सीरीज है वो आपको बिल्कुल फ्री मिल रही है विद द सब्सक्रिप्शन। तो जिसने भी अभी यहाँ सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं ली है अनअकैडमी की, गाइस दिस इज द राइट टाइम। आपको बुक से लेके टेस्ट सीरीज से लेके पैसेज से लेके आपको सब बहुत सही प्राइसेस में मिल रहा है गाइस। टू टेक इट राइट अवे एंड अवेल द बेनिफिट्स। ठीक है, चलो आई टेल यू द रेट कार्ड इन द एंड। ठीक है, चलो लेट्स गो अहेड विद द थर्ड पैसेज। चलो अब हम थर्ड पैसेज में प्रो बन गए हैं। थर्ड पैसेज में अब हम सीधा यहाँ जाएंगे। व्हाट इज द व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द मोस्ट लॉजिकल एंड रैशनल इन्फ्रेंस। वापस से हमें ये चीज हॉन्ट करने आ गई है। व्हाट इज द मोस्ट लॉजिकल एंड रैशनल इन्फ्रेंस दैट कैन बी मेड फ्रॉम द अबव पैसेज। चलो वापस चलते हैं पैसेज पे गाइस, अब ध्यान से, ठीक है। अब कोई गलती की गुंजाइश नहीं होनी चाहिए। चलो, I'm reading the passage. You all also read along with me, or if you all want to read it on your own, you can mute me. Okay, so the third passage is, I am a scientist, privileged to be somebody who tries to understand nature using the tools of science. But it is also clear that there are some really important questions that science cannot really answer, such as why is there something instead of nothing? Why are we here? In those domains, I have found that faith provides a better path to answers. I find it oddly and anachronistic that in today's culture there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. Got it? Yes, CSAT book is sufficient. You can go through all these passages with me. Yes. Okay, guys. एक बार और passage को पढ़ लो और let's mark the keywords now that we've read it. First instance में तो easy लग रहा नहीं, ठीक है। चलो साइंस के बारे में बात हो रही है। ठीक है, I have marked the keywords. चलो guys, एक second. Yeah. Okay. Have you read it once again? Can I go ahead and ask the question? हाँ निवेदिता, एंट्रोनिस्टिक का मतलब क्या होता है? एंट्रोनिस्टिक गाइस, व्हाट डज एंट्रोनिस्टिक मीन? मैंने आज सुबह वाली क्लास में भी एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन कराया था, वेयर आई 130 वाली क्लास में मेंस आंसर राइटिंग में मैंने एंट्रोनिस्टिक बताया था। एनीवन वांट्स टू गेस? एंट्रोनिस्टिक गाइस, वंदना, आई थिंक यू नो व्हाट इज एंट्रोनिस्टिक गाइस। व्हाट इज एंट्रोनिस्टिक? वोकैबुलरी भी चलो एक बार देख लेते हैं, हम लास्ट पैसेजेस में भी देख लेते हैं। एंट्रोनिस्टिक, नो वन नोज। एंट्रोनिस्टिक किसी को नहीं बताना, चलो मैं बता देती हूँ गाइस। एंट्रोनिस्टिक इज वेरी वेरी ओल्ड फैशन्ड। एंट्रोनिस्टिक का मतलब होता है ओल्ड फैशन्ड, ठीक है। So in this context, if you see, I find it oddly old-fashioned that in today's culture and there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. ठीक है, out of date. Yes, absolutely. Aryan, it means out of date. Yes. Okay, chalo, I'm asking the question now. We've already established that this question is asking what is the most logical and rational inference that can be made from the above passage. ठीक है, inference again, reaction / conclusion. Arihant is a nice book. Arihant is a nice book for CSAT. If you guys want to go ahead with the book, reaction or conclusion. मेरे साथ you can join me every day at 4. Your passages will be, from my end good. Yes, orthodox Vandana. Yes, okay. चलो. So guys, आपको बताना है what is the most logical and rational inference. A, it is the faith and not science that can fully solve all the problems of mankind. B, science and faith can be mutually complementary if their proper domains are understood. Third, there are some very fundamental questions which cannot be answered by either science or faith. And D, in today's culture, scientific views are given more importance than spiritual views. It's okay. here you go. Read the passage again and answer. So now go through the questions again. Go through the question again. Okay, Ankit is going with B. Nivedita is going with B. Aryana is going with B. Okay, what about others? What about others? Okay, guys, I'll tell you this answer. It is obviously B. It is obviously B, guys. है ना ये last line में आपका answer था. Yes, it is B. Science and faith can be mutually complementary if their proper domains are understood. Right? The author believes that both science and faith are important in arriving at certain answers. Right? Science and faith can be mutually complementary if their proper domains are understood. कहीं नहीं लिखा है it is the faith and not science. कहीं नहीं mention करा है कि it is the faith. They are just saying it is just saying that important questions that science cannot really answer. That's where faith comes. ऐसा नहीं लिखा है कि it is the faith and not science that can finally solve all the problems. बहुत ही और guys कोई भी extreme statement हो ना जैसे ये वाली तो उसको तो वैसे ही आप लोग eliminate कर दो. It does not make any sense. It's a very very far-fetched statement. ठीक है? Then third, there are some very fundamental questions which cannot be answered either by science or faith. No, इसमें बोल रहा है कि या तो साइंस आंसर कर जो नहीं कर पाते वो फेथ आंसर करता है. तो ये नीदर वाला ये कैन नॉट बी आंसर्ड वाला तो पॉइंट आता ही नहीं है. तो यू कैन ऑल्सो एलिमिनेट सी. ठीक है. देन इन टुडेज कल्चर साइंटिफिक व्यूज आर गिवन मोर इम्पोर्टेंस. ये भी नहीं लिखा है. अगर साइंटिफिक व्यूज ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होते यहाँ इम्पोर्टेंट होते तो फिर तो वो सारे सॉल्व कर देते ना आंसर. है ना. दैट इज व्हाट द पैसेज इज ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन हियर. सो डी ही नहीं होगा. बी इज ऑब्वियसली द करेक्ट आंसर. ये लास्ट लाइन क्या लिखी है? राइट. इट इज देयर सीम्स टू बी अ widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. ये एक old fashioned thought है. He finds it the author finds it an old fashioned thought. है ना. Anachronistic thought. Right. So in that context science and faith can be, this is the logical conclusion, right, कि science और faith के अगर domains अच्छे से समझे जाएं तो they will be compatible. Right? So guys, here you're reading, how much you read, how much you understand, how much you logically explain things, that is going to come into the picture. कितना आप न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग करते हो, कितनी आप हैबिचुअल रीडिंग करते हो, है ना. उससे आपको ये पैसेजेस आपके लिए केक वॉक बन सकते हैं if you keep reading, if you keep understanding. अटक के चल रही है. अमित, try and refresh. ठीक है. Did you all understand how you're going to go ahead and answer a small passage in a very very easy way? ठीक है. अब आप लोगों को confidence आ रहा है guys. I think most of you gave the right answer here. Whoever went ahead with B, you all were right. है ना. तो देखो overthink मत करो. Just focus on what the passage is asking, basically what this statement is asking. That is your answer. अगर यहाँ assumption होती तो शायद आंसर कुछ और होता. अगर यहाँ बोलते कि what is the most logical anything else, the most logical argument or most logical anything else, right? So you have to be very very careful with the words here. Okay, can I get a thumbs up from all of you so that I know you're all here, you're all listening 40 minutes into the lecture, so that you all are here. We've done about 3 passages, 2 more passages to go like this, and then in the last 2 passages I expect कि आप लोग सब सही करोगे. चलो, let's go ahead with the 4th passage. Again, let's go ahead and see what the author is asking. The author wants India to get, चलो इसमें कोई वो नहीं है कि logical क्या है, argument क्या है, सीधा passage related है तो इसको पढ़ने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. Let's go back and read the passage very very carefully. Yes, ध्यान से, in all full attention guys. I need your attention here. Yes, Going ahead. Though I have discarded much of past tradition and custom, am anxious that India should get rid herself of all the shackles that bind and contain her and divide her people and suppress vast numbers of them and prevent the free development of the body and the spirit. Though I speak all this, yet I do not wish to cut myself off from that path completely. I am proud of that great inheritance that has been and is ours, and I am conscious that I too, like all of us, am a link is that unbroken chain which goes back to the dawn of history in the immemorial past of India. Yes, again. Okay, so tradition. You can mark. You can mark your. ठीक है, this is a spiritual. Ma'am, have you attempted? Yes, yes, I have. Okay, get back to the passage, guys. This is a very, very philosophical question. Let's understand what it is trying to ask. The author wants India to get rid herself of certain past bonds because A, he is not able to see the relevance of the past. B, there is not much to be proud of. He is not interested in the history of India. And D, they obstruct her physical and spiritual growth. Easy question, guys. Take few seconds and then we will discuss. Very easy. Yes, guys. All of you else, what is the answer? Anyone else is planning to answer? Or should I tell you guys the answer for this? Guys, you all are right. D is the correct answer. Good job, guys. Now you're getting a hang of it. Good. The passage directly answers the questions and with terms like physical and spiritual. बहुत easy, बहुत आसानी से आप ये आंसर कर सकते थे. बहुत clearly लिखा था that right. Yes, your physical ये कहाँ लिखा है आपका? Wait. अरे फिजिकल वर्ड कहाँ गया? एक सेकेंड. हाँ, बॉडी एंड द स्पिरिट. ये देखो, ठीक है. तो ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है द ऑथर वांट्स इंडिया टू गेट to rid herself of certain past bonds because they obstruct her physical and spiritual growth. Yes. They obstruct her. They prevent the free development of the body and the spirit. What is the body and the spirit? Synonyms use किए हैं यहाँ. Body and the spirit is nothing but your physical body and your spiritual growth. Yeah, this is an easy one, but spiritual passages are increasing day by day, and they are getting tougher day by day. So please be careful. Yes, iska answer hai D. You all are absolutely right. Dekho, he is not able to see the relevance of the past. Absolutely rubbish. There is not much to be proud of. यहाँ लिखा तो है I am proud of the great inheritance. तो ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं है. ठीक है. Then आपका he is not interested in the history. ये भी कहीं obviously नहीं है. D is the correct answer. But imagine अगर ये तीन statements में एक ऐसी statement होती जो बहुत close होती D से, तो आप लोग confuse हो सकते थे. That is why you need to be very very careful. Okay, चलो, let's go ahead with the last passage. ये थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, not the 4-5 line passage. थोड़ा सा ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे और इसका ये पूछ रहा है. चलो, इसमें भी ये नहीं पूछ रहा है कि भाई आर्ग्यूमेंट या assumption या कुछ नहीं, ये नहीं सब पूछ रहा है. Let's just go ahead and understand the passage. Yes. ओके गाइस, ध्यान से, थोड़ा सा लंबा पैसेज है. आराम से सुनेंगे, आराम से समझेंगे और फिर आंसर देंगे. आई होप यू आर ऑल एंजॉयिंग द लेक्चर. ओके गाइस, आई होप यू आर एबल टू सी एवरीथिंग. है ना, देख पा रहे हो गवर्नेंस तक? ओके. नाउ इन अ टिपिकल वेस्टर्न लिबरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, deepening of democracy invariably leads to consolidation of liberal values. In the Indian context, democratization is translated into greater involvement of people and not as individuals, which is a staple to liberal discourse. but as communities or groups. Individuals are getting involved in the public sphere not as atomized individuals, but as members of primordial communities drawn on religious or caste identity. Community identity seems to be governing force. Right? ये एक बार mark कर देती हूँ. Yeah. It is not therefore surprising that the so-called peripheral groups continue to maintain their identities with a reference to the social groups to which they belong while getting involved in the political processes despite the fact that their political goals remain more or less identical. By helping to articulate the political voice of the marginalized, democracy in India has led to a loosening of social structure and impart the peripherals to be confident of their ability to improve the socio-economic conditions in which they are placed. This is a significant political process that has led to a silent revolution through a meaningful transfer of power from the upper caste cities to various subaltern groups within the democratic framework of public governance. थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं आ रहा है मैम कहाँ चले गए. कोई नहीं, मैं एक बार कीवर्ड्स मार्क कर देती हूँ. डेमोक्रेसी, सोशल स्ट्रक्चर्स, transfer of power, Western liberal context, liberal discourse. Okay. ठीक है guys, let's go ahead. Okay, Ariana Bhandari, you can join my Telegram channel by the name Prashasti Arora Course 7. Prashasti Arora Course 7. ठीक है, जैसे ही आप नाम डालोगे आ जाएगा. COURSAVY. ठीक है. Okay. Aryan, meaning of democracy, deepening in Western context. Vandana, एक बार question पढ़े. Yeah? Okay. Now the question, guys, all of you, let's read the question. According to the passage, what does deepening of democracy mean in the Western context? Okay, A, consolidation of group and class identities. B, democratization translated as greater involvement of people. Third, democratization as greater involvement of atomized individuals in the public sphere. And the none of the statements A, B, C given above is correct in this context. ठीक है guys, एकदम से आप लोगों को आंसर नहीं एकदम से क्लिक करेगा, ध्यान से. ठीक है. नाउ ये पूछ रहा है बेसिकली डीपनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी के बारे में. ठीक है. नाउ इफ यू सी बेसिकली दिस इज ट्राइंग टू आस्क कि भाई व्हाट डज द डीपनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी मीन इन द वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट. चलो गिव इट अ ट्राई गाइस, आप लोग ट्राई करो इसका आंसर देने को, देन वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द एंटायर आंसर एंड व्हाई द आंसर इज व्हाट इट इज. ठीक है. डीपनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी. ठीक है, आपको ये बताना है कि ये व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ डीपनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी इन द वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट. Swapnil, you can join my Telegram channel by just going to Telegram and writing Prashasti Arora Course 7. Okay, you all are going with C. ये देखो यहाँ लिखा है इन द वेस्टर्न liberal context, deepening of democracy invariably leads to consolidation of liberal values. मैंने यही किया है रेखा for all the questions I've showed the question first but because this question was very very specific so we didn't see the question first. Okay, CB guys, anyone else wants to give it an answer? BT okay सब patterns बना रहे हो आज. ये वाला लास्ट पैसेज थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, ध्यान से. सब कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो. गाइस इसका आंसर है डी. इसका आंसर है डी गाइस. A talks about the Indian context है ना, consolidation of group and class identities. देखो, consolidation of group and class identities is talking about your Indian context. Then your second democratization translated to as greater involvement is democracy in general. Talks about then third one, democratization as greater involvement of atomized individuals in the public sphere. It talks about the consequences of democratization in a normal society. In the Western context, it simply means people embrace liberal values. So that is why none of the statements are right. कहीं आपको liberal value दिखा, पूरा पहली line clear ये बोल रही है liberal values. कहीं दिखा आपको liberal values, कहीं दिखा आपको liberal values. तो फिर ये तीनों कैसे सही हो सकती है? इन तीनों में से कौन सा? हाँ तो अब तो आर्यन डी होगा ना. ओके, जिसने भी पहले डी दिया है गुड. Only Vandana has given D. Okay, Ravi Thapa has given D. Irfan has given D. Okay, good guys. Ankit has given D. Chalo, not bad. But guys, of course, ma'am, fifth line gives the answer. Our fifth line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, individuals are getting involved in the public sphere not as atomized individuals but as members of primordial communities. अब एक बार एक लाइन ऊपर पढ़ना शुभांकर. इसमें क्या लिखा है? In the Indian context, democratization is translated into greater involvement of people, not as individuals, which is staple to liberal discourse, but as communities or groups. Individuals are ये सारा Indian context बोल रहा है ना बाबा. सिर्फ पहली लाइन वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट पढ़ रहा है. ध्यान से गाइस, ध्यान से. सिर्फ पहली लाइन वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट के बारे में बात कर रहा है. उसके बाद तो इंडिया का डिस्कोर्स स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं ये लोग. देखो, in a typical Western liberal context, deepening of democracy invariably leads to consolidation of liberal values. ठीक है, तो as per the passage, your deepening of democracy invariably leads to your साथ में consolidate करना liberal values को. अब पूरा ये next दो लाइनें हैं about your Indian context. Democratization is translated into greater involvement of people, not as individuals, which is staple to ये लिखा है clearly, which is staple to your liberal discourse, which is the Western discourse, but as communities or groups. What is this A statement saying? Consolidation of group and class communities. This is Indian context, right? ये Western context पूछ रहा है. Second, your democratization translated as greater involvement of people is again your Indian democracy, and it is basically talking about democracy in general. Then third, democratization as greater involvement again. ये देखो, individuals are getting involved in the public discourse not as atomized individuals but as members of the primordial communities. This all is related to Indian. Only this is Western. That is why your D is the correct answer. Easy था guys. देखो कितना. Ma'am please see fifth line for the. अरे वही तो बोल रही हूँ शुभांकर. ये देखो ना. It is related to your Indian context, no बाबा. This is asking your Western context. This is asking your Western context, Shubhankar Srivastava. Yes, Nivedita got it. Amit got it. हाँ Aryan, very good. हाँ, did you get it now, Shubhankar? This particular 3 to 4 lines are just related to Indian context. They are not talking about Western context. ओके, नहीं नहीं, समझ आया तभी ओके बोलो, समझ नहीं आया तो आई एम रेडी टू एक्सप्लेन दिस 3 more times, बट आंसर, टेल मी इफ यू गॉट इट और टेल मी इफ यू नॉट अंडरस्टूड. हाँ जी, किसी को कोई डाउट, कोई क्लैरिफिकेशन? ओके स्वप्निल, वंस मोर, ठीक है. तो ये क्वेश्चन क्लियरली पूछ रहा है कि डीपनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी इन द वेस्टर्न कॉन्टेक्स्ट. ठीक है, तो अगर आप पहला देखो, कंसोलिडेशन ऑफ ग्रुप एंड क्लास आइडेंटिटीज, क्लियरली इट्स रिटन इन, ये देखो, आप इसको सेपरेट करो, यहाँ से सेपरेशन स्टार्ट करो. इन द टिपिकल वेस्टर्न, ये वेस्टर्न वेस्टर्न, ठीक है, या इंडियन आ जाता है, तो ये सारा इंडियन हुआ ना. एटोमाइज्ड इंडिविजुअल्स, योर ग्रुप्स एंड communities. Where is your, where is your where is the western context coming about? Where is western context coming about? बताओ. Shubhankar and Swapnil, did you understand? ठीक है, चलो. So guys, these were the 5 passages that we did. I'll just quickly tell you my schedule. Okay. अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन है guys, sorry, my bad. Yeah, next question is, greater democratization in India has not necessarily led to, yes, greater democratization in India has not necessarily led to A, the dilution of caste and communal identities in the public sphere, B, irrelevance of community identity as governing force in Indian politics, third, marginalization of elite groups in society, and the relative unimportance of hereditary identities over class identities. Yes, Shubhankar, thank you for the acknowledgement. Mahima, good evening. You all can join my Telegram channel. You get the PDF there. Yeah, this question, guys. Chalo, I'll give this to you as a gift. Iska answer है B. No one got this right. It talks about, so guys, A is very, very general, right? Great democratization in India. The correct answer for this is B. Yes, it is B because irrelevance of community identity as governing force in Indian politics. ये देखो ना, अगर आप ये सारा पढ़ोगे तो आंसर आपका बी निकलेगा. देखो, ये बोल रहा है द डाइल्यूशन ऑफ कास्ट. चलो एक बार पढ़ ही लेते हैं, रुक जाओ. देखो, नाउ दिस इज सेइंग दैट इट इज, तो यहाँ तक हम पढ़ चुके हैं, ठीक है. Now, community identity seems to be the governing force. It is not therefore surprising that the so-called peripheral groups continue to maintain their identities with reference to the social groups to which they belong, which while getting involved in the political processes, despite the fact that the political goals remain more or less identical. By helping to articulate the political voice of the marginalized, democracy in India has led to a loosening of social structure and empowered the peripherals to be confident of their ability to improve the socio-economic conditions. This is a significant political process that has led to a silent revolution of meaningful transfer of power. ठीक है, तो अब अगर आप इसको लास्ट स्टेटमेंट, लास्ट ऑप्शन देखते हो, तो इसका आंसर आपका रहेगा बी, बिकॉज दिस इज सेइंग ग्रेटर डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन ऑफ इंडिया इज not बोल रहा है, not necessarily due to, of course, the dilution of caste and communal identities in the public sphere. Of course, this is, it talks about public sphere and not Indian politics in specific. So you can obviously eliminate this. Irrelevance of community identity as governing force. हाँ, तो ये not necessarily led to. The greater democratization in India has not necessarily led to irrelevance of community identity. है ना, marginalization of elite groups, absolutely not, and relative unimportance of heredity, ये सब कहाँ से आ गया? ये सब तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए ना. Yes, that is why B is the correct answer. Did you all understand though? Did you all understand? Anyone here who did not understand this? Anyone here who did not understand this? I have a next class for Indian society. We're going to be doing poverty in India. In the next 2 minutes, I'll start that. Thank you, Swapnil. Do not forget to like, subscribe my video, and do not forget to click on the bell icon if you like the video. Thank you so much, guys. Any doubt here? Any doubt? Any doubt here? Did you understand? Not पूछ रहा है, guys. Not necessarily led to. Greater democratization has not necessarily led to irrelevance of community identity as growing force. ये देखो ना यहाँ लिखा है. Members of primordial community is drawn, yes, and community identity seems to be the governing force. है ना? चलो. Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining this class. I will see you all now at for my special class on Unacademy. Yes, and you're going to get 20 books absolutely free, of course, if you take the subscription. Yes, and this is the rate card. Someone was asking the rate card. You're going to get, you have 36 months. You can take it for 36 months. Basically 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. है ना? आप अगर 3 साल का लोगे तो आपको बहुत सस्ता पड़ेगा. अगर आप 1 साल का आपको 72% ऑफ मिल रहा है for 3 years. है ना? 1 साल का में आपको 50% ऑफ मिल रहा है. So please take it right away, guys. And you can also now take it on EMI, right? And 12-month subscription will be valid for your prelims 2022. Now prelims date has also been announced, so go ahead and avail it. And guys, just quickly telling you, मेरा schedule, मैं 12 बजे आपके उससे आपके Unacademy प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्लास लेती हूँ करंट अफेयर्स MCQs की. ठीक है? उसके बाद मैं 1:30 मेंस आंसर राइटिंग कराती हूँ, मेंस आंसर राइटिंग. ठीक है? उसके बाद मैं 4 to 5 CSAT Comprehension कराती हूँ. ठीक है? Then at 5 o'clock I take Indian Society. I'm just going for that. Indian Society के लिए मिलते हैं, guys. And then 6 to your 6:15 to 7:15 or 7 o'clock, I do another set of practice questions. So this is my daily schedule. This is it from my side, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope now you're getting more confidence related to your ऐसे की क्लास संडे को करते हैं. ऐसे की क्लास I'll plan. ठीक है, guys. I'm getting late for my next class. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. I will see you all of you on Unacademy. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. Really enjoyed teaching you guys these passages. I hope you all understood these passages, and let's ensure that in the next 10 days we've become pros in these passages. This is it from my side, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye. Take care, and I will see you all in the next class. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.